Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our panel discussion. My name is Brina Shitiva, and I will be the moderator for today's presentation. Today, we are going to share our experience and reflection about our teaching practice and our learning process throughout this course. We are also going to present our poster called First Agora Meeting Innovative Strategies for Building Confidence in Spoken English to improve to provide a brief overview of our project. I would like to invite my partner Erika Vargas, who will explain to propose and the main objective of our poster.
Good morning, everyone. Introduction. Project description. This project I'm strengthening oral expression in English through dynamic activities that use digital tools and supporting environment that motivates students to communicate without fear. Problem. Students exhibit low oral participation in English due to fear and making mistakes, which affect their fluency and confidence. Context. In class, there is a little interaction and participation, as many students feel insecure when speaking. Therefore, strategies are needed to promote a safe and participatory environment.
Thank you, Erika, for explaining the purpose of our project. As we heard, our proposal focuses on creating a supportive environment where students can improve speaking confidence and participate without fear. Now, we are going to present the activities included in our project. I would like to begin by by presenting my activity called Picture Talking. Picture Talking is activity. Talking is an activity designed to help students improve their speaking skills. The main goal is to develop fluency, vocabulary, and confidence while reducing anxiety speaking. In this activity, students look at an image and learn some key vocabulary related to it in their work. In pairs to describe the picture and talk about what they can see using the new words. After that, some students share their description with the class and they receive feedback from the teacher and their classmate. We also use digital tools such as Genially, WordWall, quizzes, flashcards, and gallery walls to make the activity more interactive and engaging. This activity is based on gamification, visual learning, and collaborative learning, which help students participate more actively and enjoy learning process. This activity promotes participation. Active participation will help the students reduce anxiety and improve communication skills. Now, I would like to invite Erika Vargas to present her activity called Message from the Future.
My activity is Message from the Future. Objective. The practice spoken English, improving fluency, pronunciation, and confidence. Descriptions. The student imagine their future, write a short motivational message, and practice and record a short video to share and reflect on their confidence. Digital tools trends. Use of video, mobile phone, apps like CapCut or InShot, and platforms like Google Classroom or Teams. Strategies, storytelling, and confidence-based learning.
Thank you, Erika. This activity allows students to express personal ideas while developing creativity and confidence. Now I invite Juliet Garzon, who will present her activity called Real Life Speaking Challenge.
Okay. The objective of this activity is to improve students' speaking fluency and confidence through meaningful communication activities. Basically, students will work in pairs to role-play professions. They will practice dialogues and reflect on the future because they're going to imagine themselves having their dream lives, and they will talk in front of the mirror while they listen to calm music in the background. The digital tools that are going to be useful for this activity are a Padlet, an AirPod, Flipgrid, and as a strategy, the Chinese spontaneous whisper game because they will try to understand the right message and they will learn while they create a guided participation. I will continue explaining the assessment plan. And basically, this plan explains that students will be evaluated continuously during the activities through formative and summative assessment. Because formative assessment focusing on participation, interaction, confidence, pronunciation, and the use of English while students complete activities such as role plays, imagine descriptions, and videos recordings, while summative assessment evaluates the final results of these activities by comparing the students' progress from the beginning to the end of the progress. Teachers will use observation, checklist, feedback, and technology.
Thank you, Juliet. Your theory connects speaking practice with meaningful real-life situations. Finally, I invite Jennifer Medina to present her activity called Don't Fear Mistakes.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. This activity seeks to strengthen confidence and oral fluency in English, promotion a safe environment where mistakes are considered part of learning. Students participate in oral expression activities with positive feedback, supported by digital tools that facilitate pronunciation practice, interaction, and dynamic learning through strategies such as gamification and confidence reinforcement. In the implementation of the plan, we can see that rules are associated through Zoom, Meet, or Teams, using ERSA app to improve pronunciation and become more confident. The teacher acts as moderator to correct the mistakes made by students, a tools we can advance in the English language.
Thank you, Jennifer. This activity helps the students understand that mistakes are natural parts of the learning process. Now that we have preset the activities included in our project, we will continue with our discussion section and reflect our learning experience throughout this course. Our first question is, what was the most valuable experience from your teaching practice? I would like to start with Juliet.
Okay, the most valuable experience of my teaching practice was observing how students attending classes at different levels and understood the topics but were afraid to participate because they didn't want to be ridiculed in front of the class. Honestly, this practice helped me think more critically about the problems students face, especially nerves and fear, and thus propose strategies that help them develop and feel comfortable in a classroom. I understood that it's important to create a calm and comfortable environment when they feel motivated, with music, role plays, videos, teamwork, and of course real-life speaking challenges.
And for me, the most valuable experience in my teaching practice was facing the reality of teaching and understanding the challenges of education. I also helped me reflect of the importance of my role as a teacher and how my knowledge, methodology, and attitude can positively influence students' motivation and learning.
In my case, language acquisition during the course involved learning new vocabulary, which was sometimes difficult for me. I often feel nervous and struggle with how to organize words when speaking. However, despite these challenges, I feel that I am doing it right and making progress.
Thank you, everyone. This experience shows the importance of participation and meaningful learning. Now that we have presented the activities included in our project, we will continue with our discussion section and reflect on our learning experience throughout this course. Our first question is, what was the most valuable experience from your teaching practice? I would like to start with Juliet.
Okay, the most valuable experience of my teaching practice was observing how students attending classes at different levels understood the topics but were afraid to participate because they didn't want to be ridiculed in front of the whole class. Honestly, this practice helped me think more critically about the problems students face, especially nerves and the fear. and those propose strategies that help them develop and feel comfortable in a class. I understood that it's important to create a calm and comfortable environment when they feel motivated with music, role plays, videos, teamwork, and above all, real life speaking challenges.
For me, the most valuable experience in my teaching practice was facing the reality of teaching and understanding the challenges of education. It also helped me reflect on the importance of my roles as a teacher and how my knowledge, methodology, and attitude can positively influence student motivation and learning.
Okay, for me, my experience from observation was to identify the challenges I am going to face and through the mistakes or virtues of others to be able to act and implement educational strategies in language with my students.
So thank you, everyone. This experience shows the importance of participation and meaningful learning. So now let's continue with our second question. How did your view of language acquisition evolve during the course? I would like to Juliet to begin.
Sure. Well, at first, I understood that learning a language is not just about learning grammar rules or memorizing, but also finding purpose in what you are learning. And for example, the theories of Stephen Krashen, Vygotsky, and David Ausubel helped me realize that students learn better through interaction, meaningful experiences, comprehensible input, and emotional support. And that is only achieved if you have a teacher by your side who, despite the difficulties, is there to help those who don't feel capable of speaking English.
My perspective on language acquisition evolved because observing, analyzing, and designing lessons helped me understand the process in a more professional way. It also strengthened my skills and prepared me to become a better teacher.
In my case, language acquisition during the course involved learning new vocabulary, which was sometimes difficult for me. I often feel nervous and struggle with how to organize words when speaking. However, despite these challenges, I feel that I am doing it right and making progress.
Thank you. We can see that language acquisition involves communication, confidence, and interaction. Let's continue with our next question. Which activity from the Agora poster inspired you most and why? Juliet, please begin.
Okay, well, I especially loved Felipe Herrera's proposal called Active Citizenship in Language Production because I love the way he connected cultural topics like science and other subjects with English. Furthermore, the use of AI can help students to learn English if they are given the correct prompts. I learned that using short 3-minute videos can capture students' attention and help them absorb all the concepts. Especially, I love the strategy of discussing everyday classroom problems like the democracy of our country. I also love the strategy of proposing solutions for those who don't have internet at home and use a monitor who is master of the subject and can give the others support and make the class very effective.
I feel the same way as Juliet. The Agora poster design that inspired me most was the flipped classroom and by Andres Felipe Herrera, because it promotes independent and collaborative learning through discussions and encouraging critical thinking, active participation, and meaningful learning.
In my case, my inspiration was Ana Sofía, is arraigados en el propósito. She spoke about how a teacher is college free and beyond whose are great. She lived years with a teaching of peace of mind, reminding us that we are not only teaching English but also supporting students through the Word of God. Finally, she invites us to use our responsibility.
Okay, so thank you for your reflection. Different strategies can inspire future teaching practice. Our final question is, what do you take away from the Agora event as a future teacher? Juliet, please begin.
Okay, I take away especially the importance of creative teaching strategies, teamwork, where students help each other in celebrating their mistakes because they are all part of the process and will be remembered as valuable experience. I also learned the importance of being a reliable teacher, and I love one phrase that they mentioned: teach as you would have liked to be taught and don't repeat the boring classes you had to endure in school. As future teachers, we are dedicated a large part of our time and lives to designing methods that contribute to learning a second language in modern times.
I leave this event motivated to improve my skill as a future teacher and to design more creative and dynamic lessons for learning English. I also understand the importance integrating technology with individual and collaborative learning to achieve the more meaningful education. And I am ready to continue progressing in my English learning.
For me, to be human, to is with love, to do our work because we like it and not out of obligation. The Agora event leaves me with a lesson to see how we can move forward in our process when we set out to achieve our goals. In addition to the thousands of ways there are to teach. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you everyone for sharing your ideas and reflection. To conclude, this project helps students gain confidence in speaking English by creating supportive environments where mistakes become opportunity for learning. Additionally, innovative strategies and digital tools can encourage participation and meaningful communication. Thank you, everyone, for your attention and participation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.